Let's talk about Renee Good and Alex Pretti, and let's get to the bottom of it. Both of those individuals were shot and killed in Minnesota, in fact, just within a couple of minutes and miles of each other. And Minnesota is important because, if you guys didn't know, just 9 counties across the entire country account for roughly 2/3 of all violent confrontations with ICE. You might be asking, what are those counties? Well, it's Newark, New York City, Chicago, Minneapolis, Denver, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle. And together, those 9 non-cooperating jurisdictions have seen 110 violent confrontations with ICE. Every other county in America, which is over 3,000 of them, have seen just 64 violent confrontations total. So what this means, mathematically speaking, is that a county in one of these top 9 jurisdictions is nearly 600 times more likely to experience a violent confrontation with ICE than any other of the 3,000 plus counties. Are we supposed to believe that is a coincidence, or are we supposed to observe a pattern here? Let's talk about who governs these places, which all function really as sanctuary cities. Chicago is run by Brandon Johnson, Los Angeles is run by Karen Bass, Minneapolis is run by Jacob Fry, New York is run by Zohran Mamdani, Portland by Keith Wilson, San Francisco by Daniel Lurie, Katie Wilson runs Seattle, Ross Baraka runs Newark, and Denver is run by Mike Johnston. Now, every single one of these cities is governed by politicians who take a staunchly adversarial posture towards ICE, publicly framing federal immigration enforcement as illegitimate, immoral, or an enemy force. That is important. Violent confrontations with ICE are rare in states and cities where local officials actually cooperate with federal law enforcement. That is a fact. It is observable. You can go look. ICE arrests more people in Texas, Florida, Virginia, Georgia, so many other states than it does in Minnesota by a wide margin. So the obvious question is, why aren't people being shot in those states? And spare me the idiocy that ICE agents are just roaming around looking to kill civilians or seeking violence. That claim collapses instantly when you look at where violence isn't happening. What is happening is this. In these 9 jurisdictions, political leaders implicitly and explicitly label ICE as the enemy. They encourage resistance, and they create an environment where people believe they are moral heroes for interfering with federal agents doing federal work that was democratically voted for in large numbers. Now, I want to be clear, because nuance is always an important thing to me. This does not mean that ICE is perfect. It does not mean that every use of force is justified. I've already said publicly that I do not believe the shooting of Alex Pretti was a good shooting. But what is stupid, and even worse, dangerous, is to pretend that when people insert themselves into volatile law enforcement operations, nothing bad could ever happen, that we shouldn't expect it to happen, and that responsibility always lies, and only lies, with the officers. The officer alone. And to all of the people who are going to make excuses, don't care. You know why? Because this isn't happening everywhere. It's happening in very specific places under very specific leadership with very predictable results.